What's going on, everybody? We had some pretty positive views in the first day or two on my last video of making this kind of alpha elevator, basically just getting the scripts working. And I already recorded this video where I basically go ahead and make a model in Blender, substance paint it, and just kind of polish it up. And I already got the video done, but I actually am going to go back right now and just do an intro for it because it is kind of a longer video and a lot of people may not want to watch the entire thing. So this is our preview. So here we have it, and we're going to show it in Blender and Substance Painter and all that good stuff, just kind of show it all. But let's go ahead and demo how it works and what it looks like and all that good stuff that I have added. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, we can see it is contained in this networked elevator object, and this will be what you drag and drop into your project. And it pretty much works the exact same way as our last video, because we didn't really need to, we adjusted the scripts a little bit, but nothing as far as how you actually customize it. So I pretty much just set it up for an example with a custom object I made. So let's get into it and show you what it actually looks like. Alright, so we have our two clients set up, and how this would work, let's say we're on the first floor, so it says call elevator, but it's already here. So how elevators work is it would just open, and you can see it has two doors, the inner door, which we added, and an outer door, and they both auto close like an elevator would. And let's go ahead and get in the elevator. So it's closed. This is what it looks like on the inside. And then I've only set up 2 floors, but you can set up as many floors as you would like, infinitely, as many as you want. And let's go ahead and go to floor 2. Now we are moving at the moment. As we switch over to our other client, we can see it's going up. And then if we peek our head out, oop, didn't mean to do that. Here, let's call it back down. Repeat this a little bit. That's okay, it gives a good demo of what it looks like. Hop in. We can see it's going back up again. And we just want to peek our head out here. And you can see it is fully networked. Now, obviously there's a button up there too. But we can either call it back down, or we can just go to floor 1, and we're heading down, 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 and boom, here it is. Now we can get in it with him and go up, and as you can see, both clients are going up. And the door opens when we arrive, and here we are. So it's a pretty cool example of a fully working elevator. I could think of a lot of worlds I could make use of this, and it works really well, in my opinion. I think it's pretty cool, and yeah, so that's kind of the preview. We're going to go ahead and get into everything we did and kind of how we did it. More of a long detailed video, but there's just the quick preview if that's all you wanted to see, and it will be on my Patreon soon, if not already. And if you want me to hurry it up or something, just sub to my Patreon. If you're already subbed to my Patreon, just send me a message and I'll get you a download link, within a couple hours. Pretty quick. But this is what it's like, and pretty easy to customize, and all that will be in the rest of the video, showing you how it works and how to work with it and all that good stuff. Alright, so there seemed to be a decent amount of interest in my elevator kind of beta, super beta, alpha preview. So I decided to go ahead and start modeling an asset in Blender. So here is the rough model. So we have our outside doors, which you'll replicate these for anywhere you want the outside doors to be. And then let me go ahead and disable the roof here so we can see inside. And we have our inside doors, which will travel with the elevator, our button panel, and then the four walls, the floor, and the ceiling that we're just toggling visibility on so we can actually look inside it. So here's where you'll add as many buttons as you'd like. And that should be all we really need. We're not going to go through the trouble of creating like a cable or anything like that. It could be done. It's just not really a need since you shouldn't be seeing it anyways. So we will need to make a slight revision to the script so it opens both the inside doors every time and then the corresponding floor door. But overall, this needs to go ahead and be exported into Substance Painter now. So that is the next step. And once I get that done, we will resume the preview here. And I'll show you what it looks like painted. And then we will get it into Unity and fix the script for the inside doors, and that should be all we need besides adding some buttons and more doors. Alright. So we got it here in Substance Painter, and I was just going to skip till we were done here, but I'll go ahead and show you how Substance Painter works a little bit. I believe I mentioned that in previous videos, so I'll probably talk for a little bit of it, and then we will just go ahead and probably fast forward through all the fine tuning of it. I haven't been in here in a while. Controls. Switching through controls between Unity and Substance Painter and Blender is a nightmare. And I'm not like an expert at Substance Painter or anything. I'm not bad at it, but we're just gonna go through a pretty not gonna take too long on painting this because you can do some really fancy stuff. I'll probably want to do something different for the doors. Stainless for the doors or something. My phone always has the worst timing. You don't want metal sandblasted. What do we want? Maybe just regular steel. Oh. Let's undo everything we did. Okay, let's do steel all the way around this thing. And you can change this with your object if you don't want the way I substance paint mine. You can either re-substance paint it with the FBX file, or you can use your own materials. There's like, this isn't absolute. It's just nice for out of the box. It looks a little more complete than a white cube, which is how I release most of my assets to Patreon, besides I think the cards and maybe a couple other things. I didn't really polish them too much because I haven't had any interest in that. If I did, I would have. Alright, well, we can't really see. Looking for the roof here. We can see it's one of these. Haha! Okay. We can kind of see in it. And let's do the inside, like something a little different. Let's do it like machinery. Something maybe like that. Why not? Something different. This is only my kind of my rough version of this. We'll probably take some more time off camera and maybe make an extra version or something. Release it to Fab. I don't know. And if you wanted, we could also do the multi-material stuff. So we could do like, you know, subsections of this. So it has like a lining and things like that. And get more fancy into the painting. There's just not a kind of like that for the doors. The doors slightly different. real reason to do a ton of crazy work at the moment. And let's put on... I'm gonna texture, but I want to... How do I do that? Forget. Or wrap it. Let's remove this for the moment. So we need to put in... Yes. Trying to find the scaling for it, which should be... I've done this a million times. So aha! That's why. Why is it... Oh, straight. That's gonna drive me crazy. Alright, and sure, let's go with this for now. We could, like, paint it and stuff, too, but... we are not going to worry about that at the moment. Alright, cool. There's something a little fancier, and it took me longer than I wanted it to. But let's render this and get it out. Alright, so I'm gonna drag our project, go to our assets, make a new folder, call it... folder first. What? Ah, there it is. Elevator. Drag our FBX in. Oh, I accidentally exported all the lighting. Okay. Well, get rid of that. I'll fix that in a minute. We can just get rid of the camera and the light. Alright. Just accidentally exported those. Where is, this is the front. Alright, so now we're in here. We should just go ahead and make a new, probably a new folder within here for our materials. And grab all those. Those are what we made in Substance Painter. So that's kind of, we make the actual FBX in Blender and paint it. And then when we export it from Substance Painter, we get all the textures, which are our materials. So we do that, and then basically we are going to apply our scripts that we made in the first video. Well, we didn't make them in the first video, I made it before the first video and demoed them in the first video. But we're going to apply those to this object. That is the workflow. We also need to modify the script a little bit. Alright. Material are you? Material 1 is you. That's 11. Material 1. Material? Material 1. Material? Oh, okay. Okay. Didn't auto-import then. That makes this a little bit more of a pain in the butt, but not impossible. So let's go back to our... whatever the heck it was, elevator. Start making materials manually. Material. Material 1. Hello. Massive height. So 1, 2, 3, 5 each. Okay. Massive. Oh my goodness. I don't think we even really need the emissive, do we? Yeah. Wait. And normal. Okay, now we have material 1 done. So we need to, that goes to what? Or probably all. Yes, maybe. That material 1. What was material 1? Interpolation. So which one's different? Trying to avoid making any materials we don't really need to make. Because this is a time-consuming process when I'm recording it all, so sorry for like a commentary for some of this, but I'm a little rusty at it, and doing it as I talk. And commentating while doing this stuff is not always the easiest. Okay, so we are going to need another one for our button. That would be this one. So let's make that material. Material button panel. Unlock you. Go to material button panel. Lock it. Start dragging everything. I guess. Okay. We need to go inside the object. Scrolling. Apply it to our button panel. And then we just need the floors and the doors. Material 09. I wonder if that is this one. Yes. That is our floor, so we will need that one. door. And now we just need the door one. So let's figure out which one that one was. Shouldn't be that hard to figure out, right? I just have to go towards, figure out which one was, should all be steel. Steel, 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 steel. Steel painted clear coat. That must be it, right? That's a different one, right? Oh, that was material one? Ew. Okay, let's do regular steel then, because I think I did it backwards. So let's do material 8. We can figure that out by it finding it, which is right here. Okay. Call that elevator steel, unlock lock. Get back to work here. Metallic. Almost done. Normal. Okay. So let's... Yes, I did it backwards. Okay. So let's fix all of this. We're gonna have these be the doors, and this one be the outside. We did it a little backwards, but that's okay. Okay. Now we can put this on the inside. You on the inside. Hooray! Alright, we did it. So here is our elevator. Looks a lot better than this, as an example. So what we're missing now is basically just to put what we had together. And how we do that is we can make new buttons. So let's add some 3D objects. Let's do cylinders? Cylinders, yes. This looks like a button, doesn't it? I think it looks like a button. Rotate it 90 degrees. We need to scale it down considerably, maybe like 2. Move it. Boop. We're gonna need to scale it some more this way because buttons are teeny, like maybe like that. And put it over here. And you could make a custom material for this with like a number on it. So it'd be like 1 or something like that, or you could put text on it. If you don't want to make a material, you just put text over it, like a little something like that. Okay, so let's some easy way to duplicate Unity, I forget, and we'll just Control V, Control C. We'll just do 2 rows. This is going to drive me crazy doing it on video. Trying to like do it all quick so this video isn't super long and boring. It's probably longer than most people will care for, but doing my best here. Alright, this all should be lined up now. See, we could make them smaller, do more rows. You could do it however you want. Is that even? Yeah, okay, I think so. Anyways, those will be our buttons. So what else would we need to do is make a container object. We would want all of this to unpack, because we're gonna have to change some stuff here. Actually, yeah, because we don't want these doors as part of the object. They would be like this. So let's make a new empty game object. We want this to be outside of our elevator. And we want our outside doors to be part of this game object. And the rest of this will be one game object. This can be our elevator object. So it will have this script here, which is elevator platform. Boom. Okay, and it's gonna have one door, which will be this game object. Oh, that's the floor position. Oops, we messed that up. It's not gonna be that one. That would be this. So you do that Udon behavior. What is it called? Elevator door. Okay. All right, and then we have our door left, door right. We want it to go -2 and 2. So the doors are now set up, and we're going to modify it so the inside doors do the same thing. But we can just ignore that for the moment. We haven't fixed that. Let's go back to our elevator, assign it to our floor doors for the first floor, and then we need a position for these guys. So what we're going to do is add an empty game object. And it's probably easier to do it like this. Something like this. Something like this might work. Kind of guessing here. But this is just basically holding our floor position, which I think that'll work nicely. Test it. Add the game object in. All right, so now we need basically a button on the outside and our buttons on the inside. So let's make another one of these cylinders. But we are going to add this into our other, add it out here. Maybe like there or something. And we need to add a script to this, which is our elevator controller. And it is going to target our elevator. And this is going to do the same thing. And this one is going to do something similar. Almost the same thing. Except for we want this one to go to floor 1. it's not going to know where floor 1 is unless we give it a new another floor, so to speak. So we would basically want to duplicate this whole game object, move it to, let's say, floor 1 is up here. We go back to our elevator and say, hey, target this for floor 1. Call this, let me switch up the names here. And we need to have it open these doors. All right, so now if we did everything correctly here, which I believe we did, let's give it a little test. So the only thing that's not going to work right now is the inside doors won't open because we have no logic for that. I need to add that real quick here in a second, but other than that, this is a really big elevator, so we might want to scale it down a little bit, but oh, that is okay, so it's moving this to there. That was the issue. We don't want to do that. We want everything to be a child of the floor. So we need to kind of grab everything. Shout it to the floor. The elevator itself isn't anything but an empty game object, so we just need to move all of this to our floor, and then maybe reset the position. I think we'll still need to fix the direction these doors are opening, but that should fix, hopefully, the moving weird. Yes. Okay. So now we need to fix the door directioning open, which is pretty simple. All we need to do is find our doors for our first floor and figure out what direction we want them to move in the X. So we had them moving in the Z, which isn't what we're going for here. We want them, moving the X and the Z. We just want them to move in the X. Okay, so now our doors should open. Open the wrong way, but the right direction. So all we need to do is test this by saying 2 and -2. Let's try again. I don't think it registered because we did it in play mode. Let's try that again. 2 and -2. There we go. All right. Now we just need to make a quick modification to the script to actually have the inside doors here open as well. And you can see there's actually no collision on this right now, and we can fix that just by show you how to fix that real quick. We just need to have a collider on these, so all of these need a collider. And now you can see the little green lines are showing where the collider exists. So now they will have collision. Okay, so let's pause real quick and save and adjust the script. I did pause the recording for a couple minutes because I was, well, eating, and because I was working on a weird slight bug. I'm just gonna leave it for now. It's not that big of a deal. On the inside door sliding speed, basically it has to do with weird offsets because it's a child object, and it can be fixed. I just need to make another script just for the inside doors. But for now, this is pretty good progress and a good example video, I think, and this has gone on long enough. Once I do a recap demo and put it in the beginning. So here's pretty much what we have. We have our elevator, we added collision, we painted it, we made it in Blender. When we, I just added this as an example, so we can send it to the second floor because I couldn't get up there to press it. But essentially, let's say we're opening it, we enter it, the inside doors instantly open and close. That's the only issue like I was talking about. But you can see we are in it. So let's say we are going up to the second floor. We are moving, you can kind of tell. And once we get there, it should open. And we are now on the second floor. Doors do automatically close after 3 seconds, so that is a slight issue, but we can just press it again. And we can jump out, go down to the first floor. Now it's on the second floor, as we can see here. And we can just call it back down. You see it comes back down like you would expect an elevator to. When it arrives, the outside doors open. You can see the inside doors were already open. They, like I said, they instantly open and close, unlike the outside doors. That is the only issue. But it's a significant progress improvement over what we had over here. So that's kind of what we're working with here. This is our new beta version. I guess we went from alpha to beta. And it does have, like I said, the one bug, known bug still, but it's pretty easy to set up. You can add as many floors as you want. And if you don't want that clipping thing, you can just make this inside door slightly less wide, so it goes inside of it. You won't have that issue. But yeah, you can add as many floors as you want, as many buttons, and set it up to go to those based on how it currently works. I'll make this into a prefab on my Patreon for sure. I just want to clean up the code a little bit so it's a little easier to work with when you go to use it, but it'll be drag and droppable just like all of my other assets. Now this might take me, you know, a few days, maybe a week to get on my Patreon because I do want to clean it up a little bit. But if you want fast access to it, you just want to go ahead and start working with it, get it in your world, just let me know on Patreon. If you're subscribed, just drop me a message or a comment on a post and I will go ahead and get you this working beta file. Yeah, as I don't mind releasing the betas while I'm still polishing it up for a full release, full asset release. But I think we made some pretty good progress in this video, and I did kind of show you my workflow. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, you can see how I do it. First, I make the script like I did in the first video. I get the script working on something as simple as that, and then I make the model. I start painting it. And generally in the process of making the model, I realized things I forgot to put in the script, you know, like the whole double door feature where there's an inside door and an outside door, that type of thing. But anyways, I think it works pretty well, honestly. This is pretty, I mean, you don't see too many working, fully functional elevators in VRChat. Something a little different. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments or by dropping a like. I mean, it really matters, especially on a small channel like mine. I know every single YouTuber says that stuff, but that's really how we get feedback and encouragement, so it does. But yeah, thank you all, and I'll catch you in the next one.
And that's it. Hopefully this gave you a solid start. Whether you're building your first VRChat world or just looking to add more polish to the one you've already got, these little systems can go a long way toward making your world feel interactive and alive. If you want to try this asset out before dropping it into your own project, I've got a public demo world set up. You can jump in, push buttons, test things out, and see exactly how it works in action. I always try to keep the demo world updated with the latest version, so it's a great place to explore and get ideas. And if this video helped you, or if you're using any of my tools in your world, consider supporting me on Patreon. It helps me carve out more time to make these assets, keep them updated, and put together more tutorials like this one. Even a small pledge goes a long way and means a lot. There's a link to both the demo world and the Patreon in the description below, so feel free to check them out. Thanks again for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.